Here are the materials needed for your Fairycore necklace. I start off by arranging my beads in the pattern I want for my necklace. My pattern includes brass rings to add some visual interest and space in between the beads. I'm going to be hanging some bead dangles from these brass rings. And I've also decided to do a multi-layer necklace with a chain and another strand of beads hanging. I almost forgot, I'm adding a charm as well. I like to lay out the pattern first to solidify my vision, to make sure there's a flow with the colors I chose as well as the elements. And then once you have the pattern down, it's easier to put it together. Now that I've got my pattern together, it's time to make my bead links. So this is where I grab the 20 gauge wire. I have it cut into 1-inch pieces, approximately 1 inch. You'll need a piece of wire for each bead that you have. Honestly, this part is a little bit tedious, but the result is beautiful. So what I'm doing here is making a loop at one end of the wire, inserting a bead, and then closing it off with a loop. Here's what the bead link looks like, and I will show you again on the next bead. I do sewing as well, so I happen to have a thimble. If you have one, I would bring it out now. It's going to help protect your finger as you move through all this wire work, creating your bead links. At this stage, I'm adding the loop to the top of my bead dangles as well. All of my individual beads and components are now linked, and it's time to put them together to form a chain. You'll want to open each loop like a scissor versus pulling it out and misshaping the circle, if that makes sense. And then you'll attach the bead that's next to it. Continue this process with all of your beads. I'm going to do the whole first row and then do the sections of the second row. I now have my beaded chains done, and it's time to assemble everything. I'm still kind of trying to figure out placement, but ultimately I decided to start with the chain pieces first and then attach the rest from there. I also decided to go ahead and add the dangles in between the pieces of chain as I go along. That way I can make sure that everything is laying correctly on the brass ring and that there's no chain crossing over a dangle, dangle crossing over a chain, etc. After connecting the first row, here's how it's looking. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to see it all put together. I'm going to go ahead and add my charm piece and then figure out the placement for the bottom row of beaded chain. All right, y'all, everything is assembled and she is absolutely stunning. I hope to see you make your own version, and thank you for watching the video. Please give it a like and subscribe for more creative content. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.